so here we are, Fundamentals 2 Active Warm-Up. Let's get started with just a nice, easy out-in jump, cushioning through those legs, and just a quick review of what exactly an active warm-up is. We're going to be doing some dynamic movement, which I'm doing right now, progressing into some dynamic stretches, and then finishing off with some core activation and postural activation. So basically we're putting in a bunch of things that formed part of the workouts in Fundamentals 1, but now that you've progressed to Fundamentals 2, the workout section becomes part of your warm-up. Good job. Okay, so let's progress into easy high knee march. So I'm doing a little bit of a running arm action. If you can follow along with that, that'd be great. I'm pulling my toes up, active through my feet. I'm going to do it partly standing stationary, assuming that most people don't have much room to move around. But I'm also going to assume that you have a little bit of space like I do here. So we will be doing some forward and backward movement. So let's get into that now. And we're taking the knee drive or active march forward, up nice and tall and back. Opposite arm, opposite knee. Good running mechanics. Make sure you're aware of your space. I don't want to trip over this bike behind me. Become a YouTube phenomenon because of that. Good job. Going forward and back again. Now I'm not putting any music to the background here. Highly recommend that you put on some tunes that motivate you while you're following along with this video. Okay, take it into a high knee jog. Should be feeling your temperature elevate slightly now. And backwards. Getting in different movement patterns. Try to keep the knees nice and high. Again, be aware of where you are in space. Okay, we're going to take it to an easy side shuffle. Side shuffle back and forth. Getting nice and low. Keeping your back nice and flat. So if you can see me from the side, which I'll show a little bit here, notice that my back is nice and flat. So I'm keeping within my space range and just doing a couple of side shuffles each direction. When we have total freedom of space, which when the night weather gets nicer, it's winter here in BC, I'll be doing some of these dynamic movements outside. Okay, for those of you who know it, karaoke or grapevine, back and forth, nice quick footwork, pivoting through the hips, working through the toes, should be feeling nice and warm. Do one more set back and forth. And again. And just easy, shake out your legs. So it's not a tremendous amount, but it should be enough. Elevate the heart rate, get the temperature, blood flowing. And then the next part of the active warm-up that we get into is the dynamic stretching. So first movement that we're going to do is a quad stretch, walking quad stretch. Very similar to what you did in Fundamentals 1, but now we're going to add a little bit of a reach. So we establish balance, grab the shoelace, and reach. Try to make sure that when you do this, the knee drives right up towards the ceiling. Don't let it wing out to the side, right up to the ceiling. You may or may not be able to touch the ground. You might only be able to get partway down or a couple feet down. Do whatever you feel is comfortable for you. Try to keep your back nice and flat. And we're just going to do one more each side. So you should feel this one in the hamstring and a little bit in the quad. Next, we are going into the same one we did in our Fundamentals 1, as it is such a good one. It's hard to hit this quite any other way. So we're going to do our seated glute stretch. Again, if you're finding that the balance is too challenging, either go back to Fundamentals 1, dynamic warm-up, or grab onto something to help you with the balance. And a couple more each side. Notice my front knee is tracking in line with the hip. It's not collapsing in. Okay, and then we are going to go into what's called the world's greatest stretch. Step forward with your left leg. Left leg steps forward. Right hand comes in towards the left leg. I'm going to spin towards that bent knee. Left hand comes back down. Shift your weight back to the left leg. You're going to hop that back leg forward, the right leg forward, and then release the hands so that you can straighten both legs. Where you're going to feel this perhaps in the quadratus lumborum back here. For many people, it's going to be in that hamstring again. Shift your right leg forward, left leg steps back into that back lunge. Getting a nice hip flexor stretch here, so through the back leg. Left hand plants towards the right knee, spin the right arm up. Back leg stays relatively straight, shoulders set down and back, release the hand. Shift your weight forward to that front leg, hop the back leg back. Straighten out the front leg. One more on each side. Shift your weight forward, right leg steps back. Hands on either side of the left leg. Right hand plants down, left arm spins, shoulders down and back. Keep that left knee hugging in towards the midline of the body. Hand comes down, shift the back leg forward. A little bit more graceful this time, hopefully you're a little bit more limber. Right leg steps forward, left leg steps back. Hip flexor stretch, plant the left hand, spin. Right knee hugs in towards the midline of the body. Right shoulder down and back. Hand comes down, back leg shifts forward. Relax, or straighten up the front leg. If you can, both legs are straight. And then step up, come center. Okay, this next one is an odd one. This is what you might want to call the frog. I'm going to call this the sumo squat and stand. So you're going to drop down into a frog position. Use your elbows to push out on your knees. Grab your toes, shoulders set down and back, thumb is dropped. And then you're going to lift your hips, drop your head, and then reverse that sequence. So shoulders set down and back, froggy position. Looks awkward, I know. And then hips come up, just so you can see what it looks like from the side. Very important when you're doing this. I don't want to see your shoulders doing that. Hips are dropping down. Head is up, shoulders down and back. Then drop the head in this position. I want that head completely down. Don't lift the head. Head is dropped down, anchoring through that spine. If you need to release the hands a little bit, that's fine. Back down, pushing out, so you should feel that part in the groin, and then more in the hamstrings here. Drop back down, last one here, and up. Okay, last stretch we're going to do, back to our good old push-up inchworm, but we're adding the push-up this time. So push-up right down to the ground, walk the feet up, push back out of the heels of the hands, drop the chest down, getting a nice lat stretch. We're doing 5 of these. And then we're going to add a little bit of a bonus. Walk your hands out as far as you comfortably can, belly button in nice and tight, and then come back, hands right underneath the chest, push up. Inchworm, push back out of the heels of the hands. Drop that chest, shift your weight back so that the chest is over top of the hands. Walk the hands forward, belly button in nice and tight, come back, push up. I lost count. Is that 3 or 4? We're going to count that as 3. Walk out. It's the last exercise we're going to do, so we'll make this one count. If we did 6, that's okay. It's a little bit of a bonus. Chest all the way down in the push-up if you can. Last exercise here, or last repetition. Shift the weight back over. Hands walk forward. Core stays tight. Shoulders down and back. Only go out as far as you can there. Push up, chest all the way down. Inchworm. Drop the chest. Reach with the heels. Release. And in a second, I'm just going to readjust the camera here. I'm going to show you your core activation and postural activation before you're ready for your workout. Okay, and the final one quick set of core activation that functions as part of your active warm-up. I'm going to get you to put your hands up against a wall. You're lying on your back. Fingertip pressure only. You've got that imaginary grape underneath your back. Belly button is pulled in. Arm or legs come up to 90 degrees. Feet are flexed. You're going to scoop out, reach, hold 1, 2, 3, and come back. Alternate 1, 2, 3, and come back. Minimal pressure on the wall here. It just helps to set the core a little bit. Belly button stays drawn down. And switch. And we're just going to do a total of 5 aside. Try to keep this home base knee right over top of the hip. And switch over to the other side, reaching through the heel. 2, 3, and relax. Try to relax those shoulders. 1, 2, 3. Belly button in tight. And switch. 1, 2, 3. Keeping that imaginary grape underneath the back. 1, 2, 3. One more each side. So this just sets up our core, so it reminds it to turn on when we're doing our more advanced, intense exercises coming up, if you choose to do another one of the workouts in Fundamentals 2 today. So there's your core activation, and then a quick little postural activation. We'll just do these ones kneeling. You could do this wall flatteners right up against the wall if you want. I'm just going to do this kneeling. Core in nice and tight, shoulders set down and back. I want to imagine that my hands are sliding up and down against the wall. And I'm just going to do a quick 15 of these, 3. And we'll get ready to go right into your workout of the day. So feel free to peruse the workouts on Fundamentals 2. Choose which workout you're going to do today, or you can combine a few workouts if you have more time. Please take a look at the website. There's lots of great workouts and nutrition information too, because as I keep on talking about in the website, if you've seen it, working out is just half the battle. You got to tend to your nutrition too to get the results that you want. That's great. Thanks so much, and we'll see you for your next workout.